you've been doing personal development backwards. Every time you announce your goals to friends and family, you're actually sabotaging your own progress. The psychology research shows that when we share our intentions publicly, our brains trick us into feeling like we've already achieved them. This phenomenon is called identity homeostasis, and it's the silent killer of real transformation. The most successful people you know probably develop their breakthrough skills in complete secrecy. Here's why your public declarations are keeping you exactly where you are. You think sharing your goals creates accountability, but science reveals it's actually rewiring your brain to fail before you even start. Your brain is fundamentally lazy. It seeks the path of least resistance in everything, including personal growth. When you publicly declare your intentions to lose weight, start a business, or learn a new skill, you trigger a dangerous psychological shortcut that makes your brain believe it can skip the actual work. Research conducted by Peter Gollwitzer at New York University tracked goal achievement across multiple studies and found something disturbing. People who announced their goals publicly were 33% less likely to achieve them compared to those who kept their intentions private. This isn't about willpower or commitment. This is about brain chemistry working against you. Here's what happens neurologically when you share your goals. Your brain releases dopamine, the reward chemical, when others respond positively to your stated intentions. You get praise for saying you'll go to the gym 5 times a week, for declaring you'll write a novel, for announcing your business idea. This dopamine hit feels exactly like the satisfaction you get from actual achievement. Your neural pathways can't distinguish between the reward of planning and the reward of completing. Your subconscious mind operates through something called identity homeostasis. Think of it as your brain's security system, designed to maintain your current self-image at all costs. When you consciously decide to change, your subconscious immediately begins sabotaging that change to preserve the status quo. Public declarations amplify this effect because they threaten your established identity in a very visible way. Picture someone who announces their fitness transformation on social media. They post about their new gym membership, their meal prep plans, their commitment to change. Friends flood the comments with encouragement and praise. The person feels accomplished, validated, motivated. Within 3 weeks, they've stopped going to the gym entirely. They experience the emotional payoff of achievement without doing the work. This praise for intention creates a false sense of progress. Your brain interprets social validation as evidence that you've already succeeded. The psychological reward system that should motivate continued effort instead signals completion. You've received the recognition and status boost that comes with being someone who takes action, so why continue taking action? Most people become addicted to the planning and announcement phase because it delivers the emotional benefits of transformation without requiring actual transformation. They cycle through endless goal-setting sessions, vision boards, and public commitments, getting high off the positive feedback while remaining fundamentally unchanged. Identity homeostasis is your brain's way of protecting you from the uncertainty and vulnerability that comes with real change. Public declarations activate this system by making your intended transformation visible to others, which your subconscious interprets as a threat to social belonging. But there's a way to bypass this psychological trap entirely by working in the shadows of your own mind. The most powerful transformations happen in complete silence, creating a psychological vacuum that forces authentic change to fill the space. When you remove the noise of external opinions, expectations, and premature validation, something remarkable occurs. Your internal compass finally has room to operate without interference from social pressure and performance anxiety. Real development requires eliminating external validation entirely. This isn't about being antisocial or secretive for drama's sake. This is about creating the optimal psychological environment for genuine growth. When you develop skills, habits, or mindsets in private, you allow your intrinsic motivation to guide the process rather than the approval-seeking mechanisms that have kept you trapped in cycles of starting and stopping. The self-help industry has convinced you that accountability partners and public commitments are essential for success. This belief creates performance anxiety that sabotages your progress before you begin. When others are watching and expecting updates, you unconsciously shift from focusing on the work to focusing on how the work appears to others. You start measuring your efforts against their expectations rather than your own standards and authentic progress. Developing in secret removes the pressure to perform for others and eliminates the temptation to seek praise for effort rather than results. Without an audience, you can't get addicted to the dopamine hits that come from sharing your plans and receiving encouragement. You're forced to find satisfaction in the actual work itself, in small improvements that only you notice, in the gradual building of competence that happens away from public scrutiny. Research on motivation shows that external validation can hijack your intrinsic drive, making you dependent on others' approval rather than your own internal satisfaction. When your motivation comes from within, it's sustainable and self-reinforcing. When it depends on external recognition, it becomes fragile and inconsistent. The strategic disappearance method operates on 3 core principles. Complete secrecy during the development phase protects your emerging identity from outside interference. Internal measurement systems replace external validation with objective self-assessment. Strategic revelation happens only after transformation is complete and integrated into who you are. Consider how many successful people mastered their breakthrough skills privately before revealing their capabilities. They spent months or years developing competence in silence, building real confidence through accumulated small wins that no one else witnessed. When they finally emerged with their new abilities, the transformation appeared sudden to others, but it was the result of patient, private work. This method creates authentic confidence because your achievements aren't contaminated by others' expectations or premature praise. You know exactly what you're capable of because you've tested it repeatedly without the safety net of encouragement or the pressure of public accountability. Strategic disappearance allows you to experiment, fail, and iterate without the social pressure that typically causes people to quit when results don't come immediately. Now you need to know exactly how to implement this approach without falling back into old patterns. The difference between those who transform and those who stay stuck comes down to a simple but counterintuitive approach to measuring progress. Instead of tracking what others can see, you measure what only you can feel. This internal measurement system becomes your private scoreboard for real change. Start by identifying which areas of your life need secret development versus public accountability. Financial goals, creative projects, and deep personal habits work best in silence. There's skills that require external feedback, like public speaking or team leadership, might need some outside input. The rule is simple. If the goal involves changing your core identity, develop it secretly. People will notice when you stop sharing your plans. They'll ask why you're not talking about your fitness journey anymore, or wonder why you haven't mentioned your business idea lately. Prepare standard responses that deflect without revealing your strategy. I'm focusing on consistency rather than talking about it, or I'm taking a different approach this time. Work perfectly. Don't explain the psychology behind your silence. That defeats the purpose. Your internal measurement systems replace the validation you use to get from others. Create a private progress journal where you track daily actions, not outcomes. Record how many pages you wrote, not whether people liked your writing. Count workout sessions completed, not pounds lost. Document skills practiced, not compliments received. This shifts your focus from external approval to internal competence building. Maintain motivation without external recognition by creating personal reward systems tied to actual results. After completing 30 days of consistent practice, reward yourself with something meaningful. These rewards train your brain to find satisfaction in the work itself rather than in others' reactions to your work. Timeline matters. Simple habit changes need 60 to 90 days of secrecy. Identity-level transformations require 6 months to a year. You'll know you're ready to reveal progress when the new behavior feels automatic, when you've integrated the change into your daily routine without conscious effort, and when skipping the activity feels wrong. Watch for signs you're falling back into public declaration patterns. The urge to post progress photos, share breakthrough moments, or seek advice publicly indicates your brain is craving external validation again. Course correct immediately by returning to private practice and internal measurement. Strategic revelation happens only after transformation is complete. Share your results, not your process. Show the finished book, not the writing schedule. Demonstrate the new skill, not the practice routine. Let people see what you've become, not what you're becoming. Daily practices that support secret development include morning intention setting, evening progress reviews, and weekly self-assessment sessions. Use a simple rating system for effort and consistency. Track patterns in your energy and motivation. Notice which approaches work best for your specific psychology. You now have everything you need to begin your transformation in the shadows, away from the sabotaging effects of public scrutiny. Your next breakthrough won't come from telling the world what you're going to do, but from quietly becoming the person you want to be while no one is watching. Choose one area of your life right now where you'll implement the develop in secret method starting today. Commit to complete privacy until the transformation is undeniable. Stop announcing your intentions and start building your new identity in silence. The most powerful version of yourself is already waiting in the silence between your current identity and who you're becoming.